You take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. From just inside the 20. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. So that a nightmarish start to a football game as they give the ball away on the opening kickoff.
And they put their defense in a bind right away. They have to go into protect mode.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on second down.
Running the jet sweep as Prescott bats it forward. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move it back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing, Prescott. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 13. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. This time he uses quickness to make a play.
And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guy.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard. His third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Let's go now.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Here we go.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Dragon 60.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Throwing is Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Hurts to his former Alabama teammate Smith for an Eagle first down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Big Lions.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The Eagles at a disappointing 1-4 as they start play. Now, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about.
Come on.
So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
Buffalo 18.
From just shy of midfield, Hurts. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Micah Parsons, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long. Looking to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished. Elliott good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Kaiser White, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. For this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Open man, Lamb. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards. They'll run left with Pollard. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there, because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
The run hasn't worked the last couple of plays. Now it's 3rd and 14. Prescott to throw it. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick-6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick-6 in a season, It's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I won't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the... About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend. But you think it's vitally important, Charles, that they focus on the... And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. An excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Prescott. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back.
Here we go, here we go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up. But they're...
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking. And I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
From the 22, Hurts. And this is caught. It's Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Hurts to throw. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Sanders toss left side. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Sam Williams bringing him down that time. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Hands it off out of the gun. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles will extend their lead here just before halftime. Elliott good with a PAT. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And he's going to lose yardage, not that it matters, as the final seconds tick away. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid. Oh, Prescott stripped, but I believe a Cowboy was there to get it. He was, and Dallas will maintain possession. We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the third quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, if they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime, they're fortunate to retain possession.
The second down and 10th there, knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying, we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. First down, Prescott. Open man downfield is Lamb. It's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. And he's got some space here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Cowboys are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that cuts this lead down to 13. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. at the line. This Philly offense set to go. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A very solid gain of 27.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Hurts. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Quick slant here to Smith, and he's going to have another. Here is the tackles made at the Cowboys' 29-yard line. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Play action. Here's Hurts. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27th. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
On second down, Elliott. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Here's Prescott. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 34-yard line. Off the play fake, Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A really nice gain of 25 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Elliott. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
On second and goal, Prescott out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Now after the sack, here's third and goal from the 20. Prescott now. Caught left side, Williams. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
That's certainly playing down a distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
Badgley able to punch this one through, and that gets them back within 10. Well, the 3 points certainly helps, but you feel like, Charles, at this stage of the game, when you force those turnovers, need to start converting them into touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised myself because I thought in this situation they were thinking end zone or bust. Now they got to rely on their defense to get the ball back again for another opportunity to get 6 points.
Let's go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Eagles on third down. They've had plenty of success. 8 conversions, looking for a 9th. Here it's 3rd and 3. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. It's caught, Smith. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. A handoff as they run the counter play. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Cowboys are right back in this football game. And that's now a half dozen interceptions for him over the last 2 games. Because CD, remember, he threw 3 in the last ball game and now 3 more here.
And the way that you present it, partner, I'm not sure what sounds worse, right? Half a dozen over the last 2 games or 3 the last game, 3 this game. Either way, It's way too many. And that's something they'll have to work on, hoping to get through the rest of this game without having to...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. This defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick-6.
And how about the way they've played this entire game? Not only do they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick-6s, oh yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. The first play of the drive there is incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Prescott from the gun. He'll fire this deep for Gallup. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture as now they've got a 1st and 10. Now Prescott. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. And again, it's Prescott. And now here's another interception. And the Eagles are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
Let's go now.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line. Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop?
Even with the big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away, and frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
Ready.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 60 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already.
Let's go.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee.
Ready, set. Go.
Hurts down to one knee, and that should just about do it.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front